I'm sharing my screen with you. Are you getting my screen now?
Yes,
Okay. So here is you see any graduate can be a data analyst or data scientist. There is no restrictions about the qualification, what you have done in your graduation and what marks you have obtained in the graduation. So in industry, it is the high paid salary, become a data scientist with generative AI. And our course for data analyst is 6-month course and the data scientist 12-month course. So let me explain you the path. As we see, the journey that leads to a successful career in the data science. So that is very, very important, how to start and what to do on the different milestone. What are the milestones? First, you have to determine your passion about you have to learn the data science or the data analytics. Later on, you enroll in any data science program, then master in demand skills and technology, whatever being used in data science. After enrolling in any program, you will learn these all things. Then you have to engage in real world projects. So here in Cypher Analytica, after 3 months, we provide internship in the real time project. So in parallel with study, you could involve in real time projects. You will get the experience of real world. So that is then create a strong portfolio. Okay. LinkedIn profile and these all things, resume. And then you have to enhance your online presence on LinkedIn. You have to write some blog and some post, you know, and connect with other peoples on the same domain. And you have to prepare for data science interview. In the last month, we provide mock interviews where some technical people come and the HR come and take that interview with you, and whatever uh, updation are required, they explain. And then focus on professional networking and finally get a suitable job. So this is the journey to get a successful career in data science domain. Now, let me introduce myself. I have done in 1992 business administration degree in business administration from Bhopal School of Social Science. And after a very long gap, I have got PG in mathematics from Barkatullah University 2008. And my work experience, if you see, so I have started my journey in 1993 with administrative director in GE, and 2007 to 2011 director Progressive Group of Education, 2012 to 16 director project Gyanmek, 17 to 18 director Tutor Tech Info Solution Private Limited. It was a startup. Then 18 to 19 director Data Analytics Conscious Technologies Private Limited, 12 to 19 SME Data Analytics Castec Academy, 2019 to 23 SME Data Science Upgrade, and 23 to present I am director of Cypher Analytica. It is my own startup and I am founder there and director also. Now, this is my whole journey. I have written few books, Purview of Data Science Volume 1 and Volume 2. And I have taken so many workshops in corporates, colleges, and some institutions. More than 500 workshops I have conducted so far. I have worked with various clients, Aisha, Force. These are the few automobile sectors, Volvo. Some healthcare sections, LB and Bombay Hospital, I have done work as a consultant over there in data science. I have done some project on ONGC, not direct, via some other companies. And I have done some projects on Lakme, Nestle, and some research analysis work I have done with Kier and Meda. And ISRO, I have given uh, workshop in ISRO also, ISRO scientist online workshop. I have conducted for that. I'm consultant also in the Eco Laboratories and GenPact. So these are the clients, a few of the clients which I have worked with. Now I have project accomplished as consultant. More than 300 projects I have completed with various industry sectors like telecom, cosmetics, automobiles, retail, aviation, oil and gas, NGOs, logistics, healthcare, political, crime, and e-commerce. I have not done any project with real estate so far. In future, I will get the opportunity and I will also take the experience of this. Why data science? First, we see. So here you see in the college campus, job is having very less scope and growth. Compensation is very low. The campus, you know that the very low percentage of selection in the college campus. Okay. And government job preparation, the person invests there 2 to 5 years, and due to this, the gap happen and worried about financial dependency. Higher studies, so having masters, but campus and placement is not working. Startups offer opportunities, competitive need for monitoring delivery from one day. If you start the startup, you have to be very competitive and you have to monitor the delivery from one day. Then family support could not realize it's year after another and feeling of same. And yet to decide, the people think yet to decide, we have lots of time. So then still with friends and socialite, but no roadmap for future. So that's why data science required. You should choose this career. Few people are worried, where does a graduate go if following situations occur? There is no campus, there is a career gap, if current salary is not surviving, not sufficient, if he is non-technical. So where does graduate go? So the graduate must opt the data science or data analytics or business analytics courses, and they should enter in this field. Some myths are there. So one first myth, if you see, I'm graduate, I don't have master degree, can I have a career in data science? Of course, any graduate can be a data scientist. I'm a fresher, can I be a data scientist? Of course. My academic marks are not good, your marks is not up to the mark. So will it impact for considering me be a data scientist? No, it will not impact. If I change my career path to data science, what would be my expected salary? Depends company to company, you know, and your past experience. I am non-technical graduate, have no coding experience. Can I be a data scientist? Yes. In the data analytics part and the business analytics part, there is only syntaxing, not the programming coding. So then you can be a data scientist because the data analyst, business analyst are under the same umbrella of data science. Okay. I'm experienced, but from non-data field. So can I have a career in data science? Yes. So the answer is always yes in this myth. Few mentors mentions I will show you who got the job. Ikanshu Ranjan, Zolt Analytics, Indore, Data Science Manager, 15 LPA. Pooja Trivedi, Capco, Hyderabad, Senior Consultant, 12 LPA. Abhinav Srivastava, TCS Indore, Data Analyst, 10 LPA. Rajesh Kapse, TCS Indore, Data Analyst, 10 LPA. Ajay Rajput, Core Card, Bhopal, 10 LPA, Senior Analyst. and Manish Patel, EY Pune Data Analyst NLP. There are many more. Some of them are getting the package of more than 1 CR. Okay. What is data science? How to become a data scientist? In the core, if you see, there is math and statistics. That is very, very important. The concept of math and stats are uh, very important in the data analytics or the data science field. Then the data analytics come, which is a process. In the data analytics, there is 80% statistics and 20% mathematics. But in data science, there is 80% mathematics and 20% statistics. And then the artificial intelligence comes in existence. So this is the basic. Now, if you know that the statistics is the core of data science domain. So what is statistics? So statistics is the science and art of collecting, classifying, computing, analyzing, interpretation, and presentation of data and its insights. So you see, statistics is science and art both. How to collect data, from where to collect data, okay, and the classify the data. Which variable is numeric, which is categorical, in the categorical, which is nominal, which is orderable. In the numeric range, some are binary, some are ordinal, some scale. The scale discrete and continuous. So we have to classify the data. Then compute the statistics. Statistics means mean, mode, median, standard deviation, correlation, coefficient. These are all in statistics we have to compute. Then analyzing. Analyzing is the thought process. So whatever the value you get in the result after the computation of statistics, then you have to analyze that value, what story it is telling to us. Then interpret that and present the data and its insights in any form, in the tabular form, in the graph, or in the figure, dashboard, whatever. You can present this thing. Later on, I would like to explain why it is science. So I have given very small data. Yeah. You have to find out the mean of this data. So you both have to find out the mean of this data. Okay, Neha. Yes. Delma and Neha, can you compute the mean of this small set?
Okay, calculating.
Yeah, you calculate this.
It's 6.
6. Okay. And Delma, what you say? Mean of this small data set?
Okay, let me calculate it.
Calculate and you tell me what is the mean of this data set.
Yeah, it's 6.
6. So you both are getting mean as 6. And I also get the same mean. So anybody who will calculate the mean of this data will get the same mean. It doesn't mean that I am more experienced than you. My mean would be better than your mean. That is not possible. Okay, always we get the uniform mean. So there is science. Science always provides us the uniform results. As you see the example in the chemistry, if you mix acid and base, we always get in result salt and water. Nobody can get alcohol out of this. Is it? So it is science. Science always provides us the uniform results. So in statistics is a science. And now we see why it is an art. So I explain you. We can take one example for that also. We have to interpret this glass of water. So how do you interpret this glass of water? Yes, name.
Means it's in the ml or liter.
No, no, not ml.
In the terms of
It is field or not field. It is the 50-50%
Yeah.
it present. So you
Yeah,
can tell
50%. Half filled.
half filled.
Half filled it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Fidelma, what you say?
Yeah, same. Half filled with water.
Half filled or half empty? Okay. What
Half
you say?
filled.
There may be two
Half filled.
interpretation. The some will say it is half empty and some will say it is half filled. Okay. In statistics, whatever the value you get after competition, it says us hidden story. There is some stories hidden behind that value. And how we can find out that value, that story out of behind that value, which is behind that value. So it comes with an experience. So the correct interpretation of this glass of water would be this glass is full, half with air and half with water. Does that make sense to you? Okay, Neha, understand?
Actually, in terms of some will say half filled, some will say half empty. So it will be a little bit confusing to make decision. What
Yeah,
should be the accurate
yeah.
result?
So this glass is full. Okay, half with air and half with water. It is not
Empty.
half empty.
Hmm.
There is air inside the
Correct.
glass. So the value in the
Hmm.
statistics we get, we have to interpret that value after analyzing, and the value always hidden lots of things. Whatever the interpretation you will
Correct.
learn in data science sessions, so we will give the generic
Hmm.
interpretation. But through
Correct.
experience, you will learn what extra we can get out of this value. Does that make sense to
Correct.
you? So it comes with an
Yeah,
experience.
right.
Okay. Experience always
Hmm.
require time. Okay.
Correct.
Now we see what is data analysis. We have understand what is statistics. Statistics is a science and art both. But if we talk about the data analysis, it is a process. Process of what? Process of inspecting, cleansing, transforming, and modeling data with the goal of discovering useful information, informing conclusion that support decision making. So it is a process. Data analysis is a process of inspecting data. How to inspect the data? You have a big data. You could not inspect on a screen. Can you inspect the data? What this data is saying? We could not inspect the
No.
data. So we require some statistics. And the data analysis, we have some tools. With the help of the tools, we know the process. Okay, how to inspect the data, what we have to do. Suppose we have a variables in a data. In a family, there are 8 members. Suppose we take one example. In a family, there are 8 members. So all members have the different nature and behavior or the same? What do you say?
Different behavior.
Different behavior and nature. Similarly, in the data set, every variable is the column of the data, have a different nature and behavior. Okay. So what does it
Yeah.
mean by the nature and behavior of variable? It means how informative they are. Okay.
Correct.
How informative they are. This is called the nature and behavior of the variables. So we have to find out which variable is more informative, which variable is less informative. Does that make sense to you? So we calculate some statistics through which we could easily find out the how informative is the variable. Okay. If some variable are informative, we will put in our, we will take those variables in our further analysis. If a variable is not much informative, we will drop it there. Does it make sense to you? So
Yes.
inspecting the data, then cleansing the data. Data have lots of kinks inside, noise. So we have to clean that data and transform data as per our requirement, and modeling and analyze data with the goal of discovering useful information. Okay. And which inform conclusion, and informing through the useful information we get out of the data, and then we inform the conclusion to our uh, uh, bosses and whatever the managers and that support in decision making. Okay, and their decision making. Now, let us take one look of data science also. So, data science is an interdisciplinary field that uses statistical, computational, and analytical techniques to extract meaningful insights and knowledge from structured and unstructured data. So, you have already worked with Neha. I think that you have not worked with the unstructured data.
Yeah, only structured data and semi-structured data, that is just in XML,
Okay.
and structured CSV.
Okay. So MongoDB have you used the Cassandra and MongoDB.
Yeah, 1 to 2 times I have used there,
Okay.
but mainly work was related to structured data, that is rows and columns.
Okay. Okay. So the data which is in the rows and column is called the structured data, and structured data which are not in
Correct.
the rows and column, like the text,
Yeah, like images and
images, videos,
images,
and these are all
videos. Mhm.
unstructured data. So data science is an interdisciplinary field. There are so many things involved: the statistical, computational, analytical techniques to extract the meaningful insights and knowledge from this sort of data. It combines the principles of mathematics, statistics, computer science, and very important, that is the domain expertise to analyze data and solve complex problems. Whenever we get some project, suppose I get the project from healthcare center. So first of all, 15 days to 1 month or maybe 2 months, I spend only in the domain expertise. Okay, because I don't I am not from that particular domain, and I'm a data analyst or the data scientist. So I require some domain expertise in that field. So then I could do the analysis on that particular domain area. Does it make sense to you? Mathematics, statistics, computer science is the common thing. Okay, but domain expertise you have to always take if you have some project of different domain. Then you have to spend some time to understand the domain knowledge, terminology, and everything. Got my point? Now, this is the data science. Now we see data. So I will explain you the classification of data here, which is the part of my first lecture always. Here I have put this in the demo also. Classification of data. So data we have classified. This is the hybrid classification which applied everywhere, and categorical and numerical. In the categorical, we have two types of data, nominal and orderable. So let me just explain you what is nominal categorical data and what is orderable categorical data. So we take one example for this. Just a moment. You getting this in? Okay. So let me start here. So I write here gender is one categorical variable. And second, I am taking educational level. I just do it here. Education level. Is it clear? Yes. So what I do, you know that the gender we have three categories mostly: male, female, trans. And education level, I write here randomly. Okay. So I write here PG, postgraduate, then primary. Primary means fifth standard. You know? Primary, then I write inter school. So inter school, we have 12th. So I request you, Neha and Fidelma, if this session, because I don't know why it is giving me, I have the license version subscription, but I think that I have opened this created on some other, I have two accounts. So if this meeting end, you again rejoin the same link. Okay? Fidelma and
Yeah,
Neha.
sure.
Okay?
Okay.
If he ends up. So then rejoin it. So we will finish this in the next half an hour. We will finish this session. Primary, then I put PhD, then I write here high school. High school means 10th standard. Then I use illiterate. Okay. And after illiterate, I write graduate. Graduate. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and one middle. Is it clear? Middle means 8th standard. Okay. So now I ask you to give the rank. Okay. To this. From the lowest is 1, lowest education level is 1, then 2, and then 3. In this way, you have to give the rank. So in this, which will you give the first rank?
First rank to the lower
Order.
one.
Lower one. Which one is the lowest? Order you have to
Primary.
give. Primary. Illiterate may illiterate.
Oh, illiterate. So correct,
Okay.
illiterate.
Illiterate is 1. Then second
Second is primary.
primary. Third
Third is
Middle.
middle.
middle. Correct. Correct. Fourth after
Intermediate.
eighth.
Intermediate. No, high secondary. 10th.
Higher second. And then
12th.
Graduate.
12. Okay. Then
Graduation.
Graduate.
graduation. Okay. Then
Post
PG.
graduation.
PG. Okay.
PhD.
PhD. So we can order this level. Okay. If I ask anyone to order this, the order would be same. Understand this? Okay.
Yes.
Nobody will you one to the primary or inter or something like that. Everybody, if has the knowledge and carefully read this, he always give one to the illiterate and two to the primary, and this way. Same order we will get. But in the case of gender, if I ask you to order, so nobody, there is no rule for ordering it. Got it? It is not orderable. Somebody may give order in this time, somebody in this way, somebody in this way. Understand? Okay. There may be different
Yeah.
orders in the gender. So gender is a nominal category, but education level is an orderable categorical. Okay. Does that make sense to you? What is the difference between orderable and nominal? Okay.
Yes, please.
So in the orderable, when we use these orders in our analysis, so it is called ordinal numeric variable. What it is called? Ordinal data. Understand? When we use these orders. Okay. Understand?
Yeah.
Because in calculation, we use these numeric values. okay, in the modeling. So we convert this in ordinal data and then we use further in our calculation. Does that make sense to you? Okay. So this is the difference
Yes.
between nominal and orderable data. Now we again come to our just a moment. Now you understand the numerical data. Binary is only yes, no, true, false, 0, 1. Binary is the 0, 1 always. What my point? Ordinal, I explained you. When you use the order, that is called the ordinal data. There are scale data is also there. Interval and ratio are the scale. Ordinal is not a scale. Ordinal is data. Binary is data. Categorical is data. Nominal is data. But interval and ratio are a scale. Okay, they are data as well as scale. So what is the difference between scale and data? I explain. Okay. So you know that if I again write these all categories in a sequence, uh, first is illiterate, second is primary, then middle, high, inter, graduate, postgraduate, PhD. We all know the order of this. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. This is ordinal data now. So if we see the gap between primary and in two integers, if you have the scale, so you get there in the scale between 0 and 1, whatever the distance, between same distance you will get between 1 and 2. Does it make sense to you? Between 2 and 3, you also get the same distance. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is called the scale. But here you see the gap from illiterate to primary. If we not include nursery, KG1, KG2, we have gap of 5 years. Does it make sense to you? Okay. From
Yeah.
illiterate to primary.
Yes. Yes.
If somebody starts from class first, so he will take 5 years to reach at the primary. But primary to middle, only 3 years. What my point? And
Yeah. Got it.
middle to high, 2 years. High to inter, 2 years. And inter to graduate, we have 3 or 4 years. Because non-technical 3 and technical degree always 4 years. Does that make sense to you? PG,
Yes.
we have again 2 years. And PhD, it took 2 to 6 years around. Does that make sense to you? Are you agree with me?
Yes.
So here you see between two integers, between two numbers, there is no same distance, same gap. There is 5 years, there is 3 years, there is 2 years. Does that make sense to you? So it is not a scale, it is data only. Okay. Scale always has the same distance between two uh, numbers, two integers. Okay. We can find out 3.5, the position of 3.5, 3.25, 3.75, 2.5, 2.75. We can find the position of that thing. But here we could not find that position because the intervals are different. Does that make sense to you? So the ordinal data, we don't apply the operations like don't apply. Multiplication and division. Does that make sense to you? Only addition and subtraction we could apply here in this sort of data. Does that make sense to you? If I have to calculate something. Is it clear?
Yeah.
But in scale data, we could apply any operation. Okay? Because sometimes you get the scale data, I explain you in detail scale data.